Hi there, working homeschool mom. This is Charlotte from Charlotte Jones 24/7 and My Little Homeschool. And this is episode number 114 of the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And I hope that you'll find a lot of episodes to help you on your working homeschool mom journey. And just a little bit about me. I'm a working homeschool mom coach, and I help working homeschool moms like you to figure out the messy beginnings so that you can take your first steps with confidence. Today I'm talking about time again. And the reason why I talk about time so much is because everyone that I come into contact with in my community, working homeschool moms that I talk to, all struggle with time, feel time pressure. So that's why I really like to dive deeply into this topic. And today I'm going to give you some of my time-saving tips that really help me to maximize the time that I have. But before we get to the episode, I'll be ever so grateful if you could rate, review, or subscribe to the podcast, or you could forward this episode to a working homeschool mom who needs some help with her time management so that she can also make the most of the time that she has. Thank you so much and enjoy the episode. Hi there, and welcome to the Strike a Balance podcast for working homeschool moms. This is Charlotte Jones. I'm your host, and I am a podcaster, a speaker, a writer, and a homeschooling coach, specifically for working homeschool moms. I've been homeschooling my neurodivergent twin boys since 2017, and I've been a working homeschool mom since 2017. So I know it can feel really overwhelming to keep all the balls in the air all the time. So each week I chat about tips and strategies for being a happy and thriving working homeschool mom. I cover things like time management, homeschooling, mindset, and lots of other juicy topics like that. I also speak to awesome and inspiring women who manage to juggle homeschooling and work successfully and find out what their secrets are. And I also welcome experts who can help you on your working homeschool mom journey. I have lots of ways to support you, so be sure to check them out in the show notes. You can download my time audit as your first step to managing your time better. I have a Facebook group for working homeschool moms that you can join as well. And be sure to sign up to my newsletter for weekly updates. And if you need additional support, you can join the WHM Collective, which is a supportive community of working homeschool moms where we delve deeper into topics that are going to help you thrive as a working homeschool mom. Or if you need one-to-one support, be sure to book in a session with me. I'm so excited for you to be here, and I know you'll get so much value out of this episode. So let's get started. Working homeschool mom, I know how overwhelming it can be to choose a math curriculum for your homeschool. That's why I'd like to tell you about the online math curriculum we've been using for years, ctcmath.com. As far as math curriculums go, it has loads of great features that solve lots of the math issues we've had, and I know a lot of homeschooling families have. Here are just a few of the many features that we really like. Questions are adaptive, which means the interactive questions change in difficulty depending on the student's ability. The program uses a smart algorithm that tracks the student's progress and delivers questions based on their exact needs. The student doesn't even know this is happening, helping them to build confidence and master math concepts. Concepts are delivered through video tutorials and summaries which are clear, complete, and easy to follow. It's like having your very own teacher. This ensures your children understand something before they're asked to practice it. And then for us parents, CTC Math has extensive reports which are so valuable in monitoring your child's progress and spotting any gaps. And they offer a 12-month money-back guarantee if this curriculum is not for you and your family. CTC will provide a full refund, no questions asked. But I think the most important thing is a whole lot less stress when it's math time for both parents and kids. You get to outsource math with confidence, and your kids get a fantastic tailor-made program that makes learning and mastering math enjoyable and positive. Visit CTC Math today to start your free trial. CTC Math is also offering you, listener, an amazing special. When you go to ctcmath.com/MLH, you can get a half price discount plus a bonus 6 months for free. That's ctcmath.com/MLH. My top 3 time-saving tips for moms who work and homeschool. Yes, today's topic is about time again. I've spoken about time anxiety and time confetti, just to name a few of the episodes. But today I want to give you some of my time-saving tips for working homeschool moms. So you might be thinking that I'm time obsessed, and you'd be right. But the reason why I love thinking and writing and speaking about time is because it's so important in my life. I want to do a lot with my time. And I'm sure that you do too. And I bet that you want to make the most of this precious, precious resource, even though it feels like there's never enough. Let me show you what works for me. So, my first time saving tip is to prioritize. And I mean properly. You might think you're prioritizing, but if you don't have enough time for what's really important to you, then you're probably not. And the easiest place to start is to write down everything that's important to you. What are your values? What are your goals? And get crystal clear on these points because they will help you live a life that feels aligned. So, what does this look like? Let me use myself as an example. Firstly, what's important to me? So, my family, health, my marriage, my business, homeschooling. My values are freedom, ease, abundance, health, and service. And my goals are to have time to exercise every day, to help people through my business, to educate and raise my kids to be decent humans, to spend quality time with my husband regularly, and to make my life as easy as possible. So once you have your clear idea, whatever that may look like for you, about what you really want and what really matters, then you can decide what you don't want. It helps you to make decisions about how you spend your time, money, and energy. Once again, what does this look like for me? Here are some examples. It means swapping scrolling on social media with doing yoga or reading books that help me in my business. It means working on my business rather than attending a social event. It could be scheduling non-negotiable time to homeschool, and it means outsourcing cleaning my house to someone else. You'll find that when you're doing things that light you up, time will feel much more enjoyable and effortless. As a human, your concept of time is subjective. It's subjective for all of us. So when you feel like you're spending your time in a worthwhile way, you'll feel less like you don't have enough of it. I have created an ebook that goes into detail about how to prioritize effectively, and I'll link that in the show notes. So, my next time saving tip is to simplify. I don't know about you, but I was taught that hard work is the only way to succeed, and I internalized the idea that things gained with ease are not actually worthwhile. So, this resulted in striving for perfection, continuing to do things that no longer serve me, and feeling guilty when things are easy and enjoyable. And often these things can take a lot of time, and you might even feel resentful because you're not doing what you actually want to do. You're doing things that you don't want to do, and that can very much feel like wasting time. There is definitely another way. You can choose the easy option, take the easy way out, live on easy street, make things easy as pie. Okay, I'm running out of idioms here, but you get the idea. Let's look at this in practice once again. How does making things simple and easy save you time? Let's start with decluttering. This is always a great place to start. The less stuff you have, the less stuff you have to clean and clean around. And it also means simplifying your life, spending less time looking for things, a reduction in mental load because you have a lot less choices to make. So decluttering is a really good way to simplify your life and then to save time. Rethinking your systems can also be a game changer. It's often easier to do things that you've done before just because they are familiar. I've spoken about this before. Our brains are wired in that way. We like to form habits. It just makes living more efficient. But at the same time, it's very easy to fall into habits that actually do not serve you anymore and that are maybe not efficient and that are maybe not the easiest way to do something. So if you can rethink your habits, tweak them regularly, it's a fantastic way to find those hitches so that you can save stress and time. Letting go can help you to simplify your life so much. Having a less than spotless house most of the time, unless it's been cleaned by someone else, and unironed clothes have made my life a whole lot simpler and a whole lot less stressful too. And once again, it's a big time saver when you let go of perfection and when you let go of things. My final time saving tips for moms who work and homeschool is to outsource. Much like simplifying, outsourcing can also make you feel uneasy. I know for myself, I've always prided myself in the fact that I can do anything. And if I don't know how, I'll learn and I'll figure it out. So it often means spending long periods of time learning something. Obviously, those are skills that you've gained, but sometimes it's okay to let somebody else do these kinds of things. Learning about my zone of genius really opened my eyes and also set me free. I don't have to be good at everything. I can let others do what doesn't come naturally or what I don't enjoy. As a working homeschool mom, outsourcing will be a great help to you. I know it has been for me. Once again, you'll save so much time. So, what are some of the things that you can outsource? Homeschooling is definitely right up near the top of the list. If you're worried about your ability to homeschool, if you feel like you don't have any patience, if you don't have time to plan lessons because you're working, there are so many wonderful options out there that can give your child a fantastic education and free up your time. So we also live in a time when there's so much convenience. Obviously, I know this has a downside, but at the same time, why not take advantage of these things if it's really going to help to alleviate the stress and to give you more time for what's important? Cooking and groceries, great example. Get your groceries delivered, order in if you need a break from cooking, or opt for a meal kit service. These are just a few of the great things that can still be healthy that you can do to ease the mental load and to reduce the time it takes to feed your family. And then obviously having your house cleaned by someone could be something that you prioritize. I definitely do it. I don't want the stress of cleaning a house for hours just to have it messy a few hours later. So much resentment, so much irritation. So I just have somebody who comes in twice a month to clean my house. So at least it's clean some of the time. And then we do kind of a little bit of cleaning in between to kind of maintain it. So final thoughts on time-saving tips for moms who work and homeschool. A lot of these tips sound easy, yes, but they might be hard to implement because there's so much guilt and judgment about how we raise and educate our kids, how we run our homes, how we do our work, how we live our lives. So if you're looking for ways to incorporate these time-saving tips into your life, then please reach out. I'd love to help you prioritize, simplify, and outsource. And in that way, you're going to be able to make the most of the time you have and fill it with things that bring you joy. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Please let me know what your greatest takeaway was. You can reach out to me on Instagram at charlottejones247 or on my website at mylittlehomeschool.com, or you could even drop me an email at hello@mylittlehomeschool.com. I'd be ever so grateful if you could rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. It will help spread the news about being a working homeschool mom, and in that way we can build this wonderful supportive community together. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, take care.